Okay, this is Michael Abraham with Compass. Just going to do a quick analysis on West Adams, which is in Los Angeles, kind of show you how we think about things, get a sense of the market. So, a few things we use. One, we use this market report to look at the entire neighborhood, see the median list price, average days on market, price per square foot. So this is some of the information that we have that provides insight into everything going on in specific areas of Los Angeles and throughout the country based on zip. As you can see, the list price is 995,000. You can see the change incrementally over the past 90 days. You can see here over the year break that it's gone up steadily. It may not seem like a lot, but at 748 all the way to 995 in a period of approximately 5 years, that's pretty good appreciation. I would estimate it's about 6%, which has been the average in Los Angeles for the past 50 or so years, which is greater than the national average, which is closer to 3 to 4%, which makes a big difference. So, real quickly, we're going to look at the caravan, which is what we do every Tuesday. We look at properties. One of the newest buildings is this one here. We did a walkthrough. It actually is quite amazing. Great lot, great product, really well done. The only challenge is it is a little oversized for the neighborhood. I often like to look at ChatGPT to collect a lot of information on properties and then look at some of the assessments based on the ability for it to quickly calculate things. So you can see here the average price per square foot is 714. And the average size is closer to 2,000. This one here is bigger at almost 3. It's been on the market for 40 days, which is, as you can see if you go here, I like to look at the median days on market. It's not quite at that number, although this is a different zip code. This one is 90016, which I think is moving a little quicker than 90043. And you can see actually yes, 42. And we're here at 40. So not bad. It is a lot of value for the money. So hopefully this will sell. Moving along, this one here is a tricky one. As you can see, it's already reduced the price 140,000. The reason is the location. In LA, there's always something that has to give. This one happens to be on the block near the freeway. So it's actually a really nice block, oddly enough, that I think is desirable. But that being said, it doesn't mean that someone else is dying to live there. If you were to take this and plop it down, you can see it's actually a fairly nice street with nice homes. This is the building we're looking at. This actually has been very much renovated since, but this is the freeway. So that's probably why it's facing some competition on pricing. Moving along, this one here sold below asking. It was priced a little bit above the average at 841. We actually did a walkthrough of it, and it was really well done. However, there are no pictures up, which I can't explain. This sold above asking, and some of the trends I'm seeing is if you do a really good job on the renovation and the staging, you could see a increase in price, which at 8%, 4%, 1%, it all adds up when you're dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars. We like this one as well. You can see here, big lot, nice staging. Not a fan of the linoleum plank. You got to be selective with this, and I think natural colors are a better way to go, but nevertheless, it did sell above asking, so that is good. This one here, also pretty good price per square foot, and it also went a little bit above asking. Actually, no, this one, hold on, may have won a little bit, 1%. Good property, good price in the Windsor Hills zip code. This one went significantly above asking. It was probably the location. It might have been underpriced, but I still think at the price per square foot, that is kind of high, but a combination of staging, good marketing, good location, that probably made a big difference. Let's take a look. Yeah, they did a terrific job on how this could be envisioned, because ultimately you're selling someone's dream, what they envision their home to look like when they move in. You look here on the map. This is north of the 10, which is considered a better area in some capacity. Up over here is slightly better, although it depends on the pockets. There's a lot going on. Cento is an amazing restaurant. This new Alice Hotel. Basically, all of Adams is seeing a ton of development. There's a developer, CIM, that has put in a ton of money into building out this street. In 3 to 5 years, I can only imagine when every retail location is full, what this will look like. So anywhere near here is going to be really popular, walkable, and a lot of fun. If you go a little further here, you hit Balboa Creek. You can jump on that. You're not far from the recreational center, and you're actually pretty close to the Baldwin Hill Scenic Overlook. So everything within 15 minutes of this area, there is a ton going on. Moving along, I know this is going to be a long video, but if you want to watch it, great. If you don't, then you won't. Here's another one that I really like, 3890. This went 6% or so above asking. Pretty good at 843, considering the average is closer to 720. Let me double check that. Yes, 714 is the average. So let me jump back to that one. This is kind of crazy. 3890. They did a terrific job staging, great renovation. This was a really big, cool lot, oversized on the corner, 9,000 square feet. We know the agent, I believe it was Gia. She did a wonderful job bringing this to life. Oh, well, I can't find it, but this was an amazing property. Oversized, there was a gate. You could drive through and suddenly you have this private, large green area, really well staged and clean, modern, rustic, but also sophisticated. So this was one that pretty confident that would sell at this price. And this was something where they went on market, it didn't sell. They brought in someone who knew what they were doing and did a handful of changes and significantly increased the value of the home. So the value of an agent, obviously I'm selling my book. And then this one was also a great one at 867 price per square foot, pretty high for the area. So being above asking is still amazing considering it was priced already high, but they did a full renovation. They added some square footage, and overall this was a great product. Days on market, 18. I mean, this one was one of my favorites that I did look at this tile. Really futuristic. Really interesting. I guess the pattern could be futuristic, but more it was this earthy but contemporary. It was really fun. They opened up this really wide open kitchen. They may have raised the ceilings. Can't be sure about that, but just everything clicked together. Really well executed. I love the brass, big outdoor area. Just really great product, and you can see it sold in 18 days. This one we just looked at sold in 9 days. I have to say, if you put together the right interior design, the right renovation, spend a little bit more on good floors, you will sell, because ultimately people do not want to take 2 years out of their life to do a renovation or 8 months. They simply want to buy something that is ready. This one here was an amazing property. Really liked it at 5357 Brynhurst. It felt like it could easily be in the heart of Venice. It's just really big. They have essentially a separate house in the back. You can see here. It's just a lot of home for an area where at this price, you can maybe go into Mar Vista and find something, maybe do your own renovation, but at $645 a square foot for what they put together is pretty amazing. The other downside would be its proximity to a street that's fairly busy. So if you look here, this is a street that has a good amount of traffic, and you can sort of tell by the double lines what type of street you're looking at. So that's kind of a little hint if you're curious about an area and you want to know if it's a busier street. double lines is a good sign. So moving on, they did an amazing job. It's huge, it's wide open, ginormous doors. No expense was spared. The renovation was incredible. So overall, this is just a really unique property. Days on market is kind of high, but let's double check. 90043. So days on market, a little bit above the median. I often look at that first because average, you might have something that was listed too high and that's been on the market for a while. So I like to look at this price, this number gives me better insight into how long something should be on the market. Anyway, just a really big fan of this one. I hope it sells. Someone's going to get a lot of home for the money. Obviously it's nowhere near Venice, but if you want the Venice type home, that is probably, Venice costs are probably closer to $1,200 to $1,500 per square foot. So half the cost to go a little bit east. I realize it's not necessarily a little bit east, but since I live in the area, I know you can get to the beach in only 15 minutes. So that has to count for something. So I really like it. And lastly, here's an example of one that sold significantly below asking. We visited this property. I didn't love the area. It was a real hodgepodge inside. I feel like they did an addition. The floor, this type of linoleum plank, this color, just nothing. They didn't stage it. Ultimately, it just wasn't well executed, so hence it sold significantly below their asking at $551 for that area. Most likely someone's looking at this and thinking they need to do a pretty big renovation. So just the floor alone at 2,000 square feet or so, that could be $20,000. So that's the one other negative of a lot of square footage is everything costs more. A small kitchen is cheaper. So some of those things have to be taken into consideration. So ultimately, that's a quick review of what's going on in West Adams and the surrounding area. Hope this was helpful. Always here to talk real estate, and this will be my first post to YouTube. I will hopefully be getting better, and we'll continue to do it.